National Aboriginal Day, and this is Go Island. I'm Mary Ruth Harris, and you're watching Go Island on Shaw TV's Channel 4. We are on location at the Comox First Nation in the Comox Valley for National Aboriginal Day. And it is a massive celebration of some incredible heritage and culture. Everything from food, oh, I can smell the aroma. We've got bison burgers over here under this white tent, and then we've got children's activities, and behind me we've got some bannock going on, and I know that it's Vera who's doing the bannock, and I know she's got some blackberry jam that goes with it. I really hope they don't run out before I get a chance to grab some. And of course, we've got dancers and music and artisans of all stripes. They are so talented. We have everything from painting to jewelry to sculpture. Really is a wonderful day and a wonderful way to celebrate. So the show today is all over the map. We have stuff from Campbell River, we have stuff from Powell River, and we're going to be right here in the Comox Valley with this. You're watching Go Island. I'm Mary Ruth Harris. We are on location today at the Comox First Nation in the Comox Valley to celebrate National Aboriginal Day. And remember before I was talking about the aromas? Well, over one shoulder I have freshly squeezed lemonade, and over the other shoulder we have sockeye salmon. Oh, I really hope that Marjorie and yes, it's Marjorie today, not Gord. So it's kind of women power. And I hope we have a chance to sample some of the goodies later on. And right now we are going to head up to Campbell River to see a Did You Know? Did you know this? I'm Mary Ruth Harris. You're watching Go Island on Shaw TV's Channel 4. Thanks so much for staying with us. Joining me now here at the Comox First Nation for the National Aboriginal Day is Wed Liddy, and he is the MC for the entire day. So what is your connection to the Comox First Nation?
My connection is that my grandmother, my mother's mother, was from Comox. She is from the Aitken clan, one of 4 clans of the Comox, and so it feels like I'm home. I've lived in the valley for 27 years, having come out of Alert Bay. And so in Alert Bay, I'm part of the Numgees band, and culturally, I'm a hereditary chief of the Geeksum clan of the Quagyoth of Fort Rupert. So we just branch all over. Lots of relatives.
Now, how did you wind up being chosen as the MC today?
I've emceed a lot of events culturally, potlatches, feasts, and also I do facilitate or MC community events. And the chief of the Comox, Rob Everson, and his wife Lee, I'm related to them, but that's not why, but they enjoy what I bring to it. And so I try to bring a real flavor to this. I believe that National Aboriginal Day is about community building. It's about showcasing art of hosting. And so we get to practice, we get to build a relationship. And today we had a wonderful opportunity to have the dignitaries and political representatives from all our communities in the valley, including Rob, and basically dance together, and that dance was a metaphor for wanting to be in good relationship. And I think that's what this is about. It's about the relationship, have fun, celebrate culture, eat, drink, dance, be merry, Yeah.
There have been a number of really challenging events unfolding in the last couple of years, specifically with the federal government, that has really impacted First Nations, some would say negatively. And do you feel that a day like today, that's a National Aboriginal Day, a national way to acknowledge First Nations culture and heritage, do you feel that this is a step in overcoming some of the controversy?
Yeah, I think in terms of, it's like celebrating Canada Day, It's a chance for Canadians to come out and celebrate being who we are and our diversity. National Aboriginal Day is really the same. It's about coming out to recognize and celebrate the founding nations of the country, First Nations, Métis, Inuit, And so, you know, when we take this pause and if we do it right and we do it with a sense of grace, we do it with a sense of being warm and welcoming, we will get through the tough times, right? It's like a good marriage, you know. You know, you develop a relation, you create a relationship, you develop that relationship, and you got to nurture the relationship for anything to work effectively. And by having these kind of celebrations, it allows us to take a look at how we communicate, and what are the things that we hold as dear, that we can protect and to support, right? You know, we live in a unique way as First Nations people. You know, we have a special relationship to the land. And so this is about, if we have a good, strong relationship with our communities, when it comes down to talk about land use, it will be a lot easier. You know, because we know one another as human beings, and we know that we have needs. And I think that these are the kind of events that help foster a spirit of cooperation and exploration. If we can stay open, and if we can stay curious, we will grow to learn about one another's needs in a way that is really meaningful and productive. Right?
Thank you so very much for your time today. Really, really appreciate your words of wisdom.
Great, you're welcome. Thank you. Have a great time. Great food down here, gang.
We will. Thank you so
thank
much.
you.
And now we're going to take a short break. Stay right where you are. Thanks so much for staying with us. I'm Mary Ruth Harris. You're watching Go Island on Shaw TV's Channel 4. We are on location on National Aboriginal Day at the Comox First Nation in the Comox Valley. It is a wonderful celebration, and we hope that you can stay with us for the rest of the show. Now, coming up right now is this. I'm Mary Ruth Harris, and you're watching Go Island on Shaw TV's Channel 4. We are spending National Aboriginal Day at the Comox First Nation in the Comox Valley. And joining me now is a very special guest. This is Tony Frank, and Tony is, how would you describe yourself? Is it a master weaver?
Some call me master. I'm casual. I'm still just a weaver.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, if you could share with us, how long does it take to weave any one of these wonderful items?
Well, there's a lot of work that comes with it before the weaving. The stripping of the tree, we spend a day in the bush stripping. We say our prayers, leave the outer bark with the tree, and then we bring it home. Usually leave it for 4 years.
Really?
Yeah, for the sap to all dry out.
Oh.
Once it's processed, it takes about 10 hours for a regular hat for myself.
Wow. So start to finish is like 4.5 years, really.
Yeah.
From by the time you've been out to gather the bark,
Yes.
and then the drying process,
Yes.
and then the actual weaving of the hat. That's amazing.
There are tricks that speed it up, but we try not to use them too much. Try not to cut the process.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, what sort of personal feeling does it give you to sit and go through the weaving process?
It calms me. It's my passion. I could do it every day. It's my job. It's all I do.
And how old were you when you first started?
When I first started weaving, my oldest daughter was 2, so that's 20 years. I've been stripping for 16.
Do you have a favorite model?
This is my favorite hat right here, my baby's hat. I don't know why, but I'm so drawn to that hat. Out of all the weaving I've done over the years, that's my favorite.
Now, what's different about that one that stands out for you?
I haven't quite figured it out yet. I think it's the color.
Oh.
It has to do with the color. And see where the add-ins are, the V shapes.
Yeah.
Everything's perfectly straight. It just worked that way.
Wow. They are absolutely beautiful. Now, I see the roses scattered on the table.
Yep.
What are the roses? What's the significance?
Just decoration, really. Women love them. Kids love them. Women use them in bouquets.
Intricate.
Yeah, yep. And there's different ways. Like you can use them for bracelets, You can glue pins on the back. I actually have an order coming up. I have to do 150 roses for a memorial for a family.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
For their potlatch gathering.
And how long does it take to do a rose?
5 minutes. For us.
Yes.
Yeah. My daughter specializes in those. I do the stems.
Oh, okay.
And that's the same, about 5 minutes.
Wow. Well, what do you enjoy most about days like today?
Weaving. I'm not a very sociable person. I spend most of my time just weaving. Every day I weave.
Special days or non-special days? It's weaving
Yeah.
every day.
Yeah. Or else I'm up the mountain in the bush.
Okay.
Yeah. It's a lot of time up there.
All right. All right. Well, thank you so much
Thank
for
you.
joining us today. Really, really appreciate your time.
No problem.
And now we are going to take a short break, but we will be right back. I'm Mary Ruth Harris. Thanks so much for staying with us. We've been on location today at the Comox First Nation in the Comox Valley for the National Aboriginal Day. And now we are inside the Longhouse and we are about to witness the Kamakwe dancers. And after that, we're going to go to another great story. But first, the dancers. Thanks so much for staying with us. It has been a fabulous day. I'm Mary Ruth Harris. This is Go Island on Shaw TV's Channel 4. We have so enjoyed being here at the Comox First Nation for National Aboriginal Day. What a wonderful celebration. If you missed out and you weren't here, please put it on your calendar for next year. It is so worthwhile. But we have something else we can offer up in terms of First Nation culture and heritage. Joining me now is Ramona Johnson, who is the General Manager of IHOS Gallery. Ramona, tell us what's coming up in August. It's pretty cool.
In August, we are part of the Comox Festival Weekend, and we will be doing an IHOS Gallery Night Market on August 2nd and 3rd, which is the Saturday, Sunday, and it will be 3 till 9.
Oh, 3 till 9. Oh, that's great.
On Saturday, we'll have 2 workshops going, and one is a weave cedar hat workshop, and then we will have a drum workshop, a 14-inch deer hide drum, and we will also have food with Corey Frank with his smoked salmon, and on Sunday will be the dance performance by Kamakwe dancers in the Big House, and you can get tickets from IHOS Gallery for that.
Don't forget to put July 1st on your calendar, not just because it's Canada Day, but also because we are running a National Canada Day special, just like we did for Aboriginal Day. And there's stories from right across Canada, so that's going to be good. Put that on your calendar. And of course, over in Powell River, don't forget about Catholomew, which is the world-class gathering of choral groups from around the world. They're going to be in Powell River July 1st, 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. And then, of course, here in the Comox Valley, Music Fest is around the corner the following weekend. That's going to be a blast. And as Ramona said, August is jam-packed. We've got the Philbrook Festival, Nautical Days, and of course the Night Gallery here at IHOS on the Comox First Nations. So have a great night, and we will see you tomorrow.